You might be a young adult librarian if
you've ever sang and danced to The Labyrinth by Jim Henson in the teen room with other teens. Yep. Welcome back to another Q&A the Librarian Way. My name's Emily from the Gnoming Librarian.
And I'm Julia from Sunbeam Yellow.
Today we're talking about ways to avoid competition and to keep things friendly between other schools and other library systems, to avoid some harsh competition that might come up. So here are some tips and tricks.
So in keeping things friendly between yourself and another library, my first suggestion is to get to know the other librarians. It's really easy to walk into another library and get jealous of something or feel better about something in your own library if you don't know who the librarians are. But if you know them and have a relationship with them and you're on a name basis with them, it just makes you appreciate what they're doing in their library and encourage them along the way. So it's really important, just as I would get to know my students, to get to know other librarians. It's also really important to keep the lines of communication open. If my students are doing a huge project in the library, I need to let the public library know so that they can have resources set out for students as well. It's really more about creating a team than creating a competition. So let them know what's happening in your library to avoid competing with each other.
The school perspective and the public perspective isn't much different for this topic. I'm in a very unique position at my library. I'm in a single branch library surrounded by a system library, and we're serving the same community. So it's even more important for me to know what's going on in these other libraries so that I'm not trying to compete with them in any kind of way. So I make sure to check out their events calendar to know what's coming up. If there's a program that I was thinking about doing but is similar to something they were doing, I consider rescheduling it, holding off for another session. That way I'm not trying to, or it doesn't appear like I'm trying to take away their patrons from coming to that particular program. And when possible, like Julia said, try to find opportunities when you can collaborate on different things. Our Teen Film Festival is a perfect example of that. We knew that we were serving the same kids as the schools, other school systems in the area and the other public libraries in the area. So we decided to join together. So now it's a joint program where they help us promote. They help us get activities together. They help us judge. We're working together instead of trying to come up with two different festivals. So when possible, make sure that you're checking the calendar, you're keeping those lines of communication, like Julia said, open, and that you're finding ways to work together as often as possible.
So there are a few suggestions from the school and public perspective on how to avoid competition and keep things friendly between you and other libraries. So we hope you found those helpful. We would love to hear your comments, suggestions, questions, so leave those below or email us. And come back next week where Emily will be answering the question that I asked her last week.
Bye.
Okay, Emily, who are you checking out?
I am checking out Park in Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. It's about two misfit star-crossed lovers in high school. It's about first love. It's about trying to fit in. It's very, very good, so definitely check this out. Julia, who are you checking out?
I'm checking out Jared in The Host by Stephanie Meyer. I'm getting ready for the movie. It's about our world being overtaken by alien souls and a girl, Melanie, who is trying to fight against and keep her body.
Bye.
Bye. Why are you laughing at me?